Well, hello, my mad scrappers. Good morning. Well, at least it's morning for me. I'm here to do, or attempt to do, a quick card because I want to show that you can use leftover paper to make a card. And this is what this is. It's a beautiful panel. And it's a piece of the sheet I cut down from the, let me move my little mug here away. That I used to make the loaded Valentine pocket that I made. And it was a piece left over, and I got to do something with it other than letting it sit there. And it just happens to be just shy of an A7. So this will be like one of the exceptions to me, you know, make one, cut 10. One, because it's a leftover piece of paper, and two, because both charities that I donate to only take A2s. So, but I wanted to use this because it's like, hey, I was going to make them a card anyway. But now I'm like, hey, I got paper that matches so I can keep it all thematic. So, well, I've got this piece of paper. It is just a little over. This is my A7. So it is like obviously an 8.5 by 5.5. I scored on the 8.5 side down the middle. So I have a smaller card. But now what I need to do is trim this panel down and decide how am I going to trim it down. So I know I'm going to be trimming from this side, and I know it's over. It's just a little over 5.25 inches, but I'm not cutting from this side because this all has prettiness, and I'm not going to take what little prettiness. There's less prettiness on this side. Let's put it that way. So I'm kind of sort of winging it. I have an idea of what I'm doing. So we'll see how this works. So I'm going to take that 1/4 inch off and not even think about it. So now I have a little 1/4 inch strip of paper that I may or may not be able to use. I've saved every piece of paper. And I forgot that this is too long for this trimmer. And I do not like mixing trimmers. Never, never, never. Don't do this, guys. Always, when you start with something, use the same trimmer throughout the project. Because they're always going to be a little bit off one from another. But in this case, I don't think it's going to be that much of a crisis. But I got to see how much off I am here. I am not. So it is a perfect fit, correct? It is. It's just a little bit off. In fact, it's a little... No, it is. Okay, so I'm leaving it. I'm covering the whole panel on this card. I have decided that. So we're good to go that way. Although I could... Here's the thing, I gotta trim it. Do I really want to trim it down? No, I don't, because I didn't do it. I could shabby it up or something like that. I just don't want to. I am going to go ahead, and because it's going to be more work and I don't feel like it. All right, this is a quick card, okay? So we're going to do the obvious. That's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All righty. So let's go ahead and now run my tape roller all the way around. I wonder what's doing that little wrinkly thing on the edge. Other than because it is off the edge. Okay, we'll just take it. There we go. And then just a little tiny smidge in the middle. And as always, I start from the left because if I need to trim off, I can trim off from here, and it's more dangerous to do that operation from the folded side. So we're just going to line up the bottom and the left edge. And there is a little bit offness. See, I'm a little bit off right here. And I knew I was because it was, did you guys notice when I put it on the trimmer, it was just a little under. I'm going to move this. Hang on a second. I just left it there. But that is where I'm tossing my, whatchamacallits, my dies on when I use them because I'm still missing the circle. It'll turn up. I know it's going to turn up. I'm not afraid of it being in the trash anywhere, but it's the when it'll turn up. That's the question. But I know it'll turn up. But that was me being dumb. So always have a way. That's my plan. That thing has always saved me. Always helps me stay organized. So that was my bad that I didn't use it. So there, I took that little smidgen of a piece off. Literally, it's like a 1/16 of an inch. And I apologize for all the snarfling. Guys, I'm waiting for my allergy meds to kick in. So meanwhile, you will deal with my allergies. I so apologize for that. Before I do anything else, because I am going to do some die cutting, I want to do my stamping. I should have done it even before I put the card together. So we're going to pull out our Misty that I cleaned up a bit. Although I don't know what I did right there, why it looks like that. I really don't. Who knows? Only the shadow knows. Okay, we're going to go this way, I think. I have spoken. I have decided. I feel like that character from The Mandalorian, the one that, what's his face? Nick Nolte did the voice for. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, I have spoken. I got a pin for Mom because it's kind of like, she's very humorously makes edicts every once in a while because she's such a tough cookie. Not. But that was when she's like, oh, that's scary. I go to the I have spoken button. It was hilarious. Okay, so we're going to use, I decided, by the way, I went to zooming into what I'm doing. This is a penny black that I've had for a while. I want to say that I probably picked this up from one of Stacy's sales. So everyone, you always know, especially that big warehouse sale she has once a year that should be coming up soon. You have to exert a good spectacular amount of patience when you're ordering because it's going to take a while for your stuff to come in. And that was true. I think when I ordered this, I made the order like in February or March or whenever the sale was, and I didn't get it till October. But it wasn't like I was in a rush. It was already past Valentine's. I remember that, and I got a lot of Valentine stuff, but I got it in time for the Christmas stuff that's on my list. But I've been wanting to use this Happy Valentine's heart. I don't have the die to cut it up, but I want to use it right here. I think that's a good place. Now, let's see. Let me look at it. Give me a second. Oh, it stuck the paper. I need more magnets. Okay, my heart has the potential for being a little wonky, so I'm going to line the top of that heart to that grid. And that will solve any potential wonkiness I have. I didn't think it was very visual. And that's the upside to using a shaped die, that it will. But you can tell that that die is photopolymer because that's the only way it's going to stick like that. So yay, Penny. Oh wait, where's my other magnet? I don't see. It's made, I see all these skinny ones. I wonder where it went. I'm going to put a magnet right there. Is it on the back? Yep. I knew where to look. I'm such a dork. Okay. If I wanted to use, I have a bunch of magnets here. I literally have them lined up because this is a metal desk. So that's the easy way for me to keep track. Again, it's kind of the same as the tool I use to keep track of the dies. That's how I keep track of these magnets now. And it's worked wonderfully for me. Now, you know what? I have this little guy. He's right here. So I wonder, hang on a second, because heaven forbid, you know me, can't leave well enough alone. Actually, I could put him down in the corner, so which means I got to change where I'm putting my magnet. And these are brand new stamps. They're brand new to me. I've had them for over a year. I have never used them. Because remember I told you I got these last year. I'm gonna tilt him a little bit so as if he's shooting his arrow at my sentiment. Isn't that cute? Now let me grab, the one thing I didn't do is let me grab my ink. Okay, I'm on a kick as of late, especially with Valentine's, and using, this is one of my older stamps, obviously we can't even get FSJ anymore, Pomegranate Spash. So but what I wanted to do was use color, not just stamp in the, our standard black and white. So let me apply. You know what this is? I wonder, let's try to give this tool that I got a while back. Let me take and use that. Oh, you know what? It's not going to stick to it. I forget because it has the paper. It has a paper bottom. I think it's one of those things that, why did I buy it? But it wasn't very expensive, so it was a tool that I got with good intentions, and it's not worked out the way I wanted it to, and that's okay. That's how you find out about stuff. But I gave it a whirl. Okay, so I think I've got these pretty well. I'm probably going to have to stamp at least one more time. That's my feeling. Is that's what it's going to take. And there we go. I'm going to do that just because something tells me I should. And there you go. And that's where I'm going to whip out Mini-Me to help me. Let's see. Whoa. See? That's what I thought. I was going to need me grab the rest of that ink off of there. I still think I'm going to have to hit it a second time, but that's not bad. So let's come back in. And let's stamp. Let's get that ink on that heart. Come, my pretty come. But I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of this ink. I'll have to find a new color to love. Or a new one. Then I should check and see. With this stamp, sometimes you have to test them out. I found out, like, for words, my assignment says this didn't work so good, and maybe I should try it again. Maybe it's operator error and not what the stamp I used. Who knows? I'm willing to admit that. But I didn't like it for the words when the one time I used it. So I'm like, yeah, we won't do that again. But this is a hybrid ink. And it works just fine. Oh my goodness, it's peachy. Now let me just use my thumb and press down to get. Oh, I think it's just that way. It is that way. That's the way the stamp is. I think it has a defect, because it shouldn't have a spot there on the forehead of all places. Let's see. I may have a defective stamp because, let's see. Let's check that. Now that I know where the problems are, I'm going to give it one more. Yeah. Okay, how long did anybody take to realize that I was trying to apply ink with my lid? Oh, good Lord. I need to caffeinate. There we go. I think it was operator error. And since I'm doing that, let's hit that heart so we can get it good and saturated red. Because this red really, really matches over here. The reds in the paper really, really well. I just keep this guy around because I love it. I really love this one. So it is, rather than being where the other FSJ stamps are, it is over in my stamp holder with all my assignment says, because I've been pulling it a lot lately. And I was going to purge those inks out and then realize why. I can still use them sometimes, but I will just let you know you can't get this anymore. Okay, I still have those defects on this guy, which really, really makes me sad. It truly does. But there you go. We are going to live with it. So give me a second. Let me clean this up, and then we'll finish this card. All right, guys, I am back, and as always, I never know when to quit. So I've gone a little bit left field on my plans. I'm going to be using these dies, and these I acquired, oh my gosh, I don't think I even got them last year. These may be older than that. I may have gotten them the year before. Okay, so where's the rest of that flap so I can, oh, it's already, haha. So actually now I know which end I'm going to trim off, because since it's already torn, let's just go ahead and do this. Although I may probably change it, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to keep it in this right here, but this is probably going to go into one of my little envelopes with a magnet on it, because they're going to be cut. I'm going to have to take these loose, but the ones I plan on using are this one. I might as well now take these little pieces off. Oof. Let's take them off. Ooh, that one's a tough one. There we go. Okay, we're not going to do that one because it hurts, but that one's coming off right easy. And let's see about this one. This one came out, so there's just one. So the two actually I want to use are these two guys. And we'll put, okay, never mind. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and put them away as they should be in right now. Okay, I do have a supply of these that I bought on Amazon. So they're just going to live now from now on this, because that little envelope wasn't going to work, and it's kind of trashied up already. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and toss it. All right, there we go. Oh, come on. There we go, people. Work with me here. Okay. All right, set that aside. I have decided I'm going to make these both of them shakers. Not only am I going to make them shakers, I'm going to layer them, because I'm that level of crazy. So let's go pull our acetate out, because we're going to need a piece. This is where it's going to get tricky, because I'm going to have to hand cut the acetate, because I don't have a die that matches that. If I do this, then I'll cut all the way through the die. So you'll see how I do this in a minute. What we're going to do first is the easy part, just because that's how I roll. And the easy part is to die cut the hearts. Where did I put here? My little folders are right here. Come here, little folders. We'll use this guy. I'm not sure. Here, we'll use one that I've already started to use, or maybe not, but it's the one I'm going to use. Oh my goodness. And now everything is sticking together. It's like it's a conspiracy. So I think I'm going to do this one in the pink. And this one is the one I'll put on top, and I'm going to do it in the red. So let me grab a piece. And these are just scraps of the papers I'm using that I have in a little Ziploc, you know, in bags, organized right to the left or to my right. See, I keep them in like this, see? And then they're standing up. But I keep all of my scraps, and that's when I need something, I can access it very, very quickly. I keep it right here to my right on the top level of my cart. And I have them in like, you know, magazine kind of stand-up file. And I got those at Daiso. And they're very pretty. So it's a twofold. It's functional and they're pretty. Set that aside. Isn't that beautiful? It's perfect. I take my tape off. Set this aside. Let's grab our little mat. My little foamy mat. Excuse me. Now let's just run the brush over it and get all of these pieces off quickly. And oh my gosh, isn't that perfect? It just came right out. Now, where's my pokey tool? Oh, there's one piece there. Oh, it's just the edge of the heart. Okay. Let's push it out a couple of places. There we go. Oh, come on. Work with me here. There we go. Look how pretty that is. So imagine that, how pretty that one is. I think it's the least ornate of the two, or maybe it is the more ornate. I don't know. We'll find out in a second. Because now for the red, I do have to cut it down because obviously that carefully. Okay, because we don't want to tear it. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. So we have the pink one. Where'd I put the pink one? There it is. And we have that one. I want to say they are identical. Isn't that interesting? They are. So I could have done both at once had I been using the same piece of, no, I can't use, yeah, the same piece of paper. So, alrighty then. That's interesting. Okie dokie. So, Pinocchio. So, this is my evil plan, or maybe I do only use one. Look. I was planning on layering them, but again, I do not want to cut off. I'm willing to get, you know, use like this one little corner. So I think I'm only going to use one. And this is where sometimes you have to punt. So, okay. So now we're going to, where's my little piece of acetate? I have my piece of acetate. And I need to cut me out. And I'm going to have to cut this out by hand. So let me see how I do. Let me try a pen. Or do I have to go to a Sharpie? So let's see if the pen will write. It sure will. So we're just going to use our Disneyland Hotel pen that I have from, I used to work for a friend or volunteer for a friend at a medical convention every year. And I did it just to be able to stay at the hotel. And of course I have access to the park real close because I was the pass holder back then too. There is such a thing as magic hour. Back then it was a whole hour. Now, since the pandemic, they give you only half an hour. There's not a lot you can do in half an hour. But there is something. Okay. So, there I have my heart. I'll grab these. And what I want to do is I need to cut on the inside of my line. For sure. Oh, there we go. We're good to go now. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to use my double-sided tape because that way I don't run the risk of wet glue smearing. And I have this roll of 1/8 inch, which is when I realized, ooh, there's an 1/8 inch margin here. I can use that. So we're going to go ahead and apply our tape all the way around. And it's thin enough that I can, oh goodness, we're not going to struggle. Because it's not like it has to be perfectly sealed. It just needs to stay on. Whoops. Oh, that backfired on me. Oops. Hang on, let's go back a little bit. Let's trim that little tiny piece off that I already see once ago. There's a couple of pieces that are going off the edge. Okay. Okay, where? Oh, here it is. Hello. Wake up, genius. Okie dokie. Let's see, let's trim this off right here. Okay. So we have our tape already down. I'm going to use just a flat end of my tweezers to burnish this tape in so that it makes it easy, in theory, to peel it up. Come on. Oh my goodness, I must be tired. I have nothing to chatter about right now. It's like, okay, we just want to be done with this project. It has taken me far too long to get it all done. And I've been working on it in fits and starts between videos, which I haven't been able to work on again for a good day. So I don't know if I'm going to make it this time. I might fail, or I might just keep making 14 cards. And they don't have to be consecutive days. And they don't have to all be Valentine's. How about that? Okay, I got to make sure that this is lined up and that I got it. Oh, wait. I totally forgot. What's that? I got to figure out which side has the acetate, the liner on. Because one of these does. And I figured out just by rubbing a piece of plastic on it. It doesn't? Am I crazy? Well, that's always possible, but maybe I just need to use itself. Oh my goodness. Let's see. And maybe it doesn't. Okay. I doubt it, but we're going to go with it. And now I got to figure out which side is the right. Hopefully I got this picked right. It looks like I do. Yep, I did. Wow. I have a little, is it there? You can barely see it, but I've got some acetate sticking up off the end there. I'm going to use these. I don't know why, because that's why I should have used it when I was cutting the tape. There we go. But now I have my lovely little heart. Let's put this away. All ready to be shakerized. All I got to do is apply my strips, which I keep right here. And I've been loving on my, oh, I see another. When you see shine, you know that that's a piece of acetate sticking out. And the very bottom of my heart is sticking out. Ooh, I can hear Nan. Up, I can hear clumping around a bit. Upstairs, above my head. So now, this I do have to be really careful and bendy. But it really, this foam really does bend well. Oh my God, how perfect is that? There's going to be always a little bit, I don't think I can help it being visible. I don't want it to be, but I think that is unavoidable. But it looks like it's only going to be in one spot. So that's not so bad. Okay, come back in. And we're going to do that, and we're just going to come around. Oh, I hear cats. I hear cats making noises. Oh, it looks good. I could, let's see if I can pick this up a bit right here, and I'm going to try to trim it in half. So maybe we can make this not visible. It just takes a little. The problem is you don't want to trim it too much because then you lose the seal on it. I think I'm going to leave well enough alone, and it is what it is. Okay. So now, give me a moment. Let me go grab my shaker bits. All right, people. So let's just say that where Valentine's is concerned, I have a few shaker bits. I have this whole container. It's like holy mackerel. And I drove myself half crazy a few days ago looking for the ephemera container that I suddenly remembered I had, and I found it. It took me a little bit. I just had to go through all my cubbies and figure out which cubby it was in because it's in one of those little cubby containers. I wanted to show you real quick before I continue on to put this together that I went ahead, two things. I went ahead and used up this piece of paper because I knew there wasn't going to be much more, because now I can cut hearts out of it or whatever. I mean, this is a bigger one, so I can go find another die and cut another heart out or something. And the same here. This, I left a lot. So I will be, it's not enough probably to do anything major, but I will find other shapes to cut out of it and use that. But look, I went ahead and cut samples of the other ones out. And look how pretty. Let's go use the back of this card. And look how pretty that is. Oh, I have some little bit of smudge. And I did stamp the back of this card off camera. But look how pretty that one is. And then, which is the other one? This one is the half heart, half die cut. Look how pretty. So I'm going to save those. I'm going to stick them with them together, and I'll have them for a future project. But that is really, really, and they cut really, really well. So just because, these are Amazon. Just in case I didn't say it earlier, these are Amazon. Fine. So let me see if I can go back and find the link. And if I can, I will link it down below to you guys. Okay, because like I said, I've had these for at least a year. They may be 2 years old. I can't remember. But at the earliest, I bought these last year. Oh my goodness. That's because that little part isn't. You know what? I don't need to do this on camera. I can do that later. So let's just stash these with everything else. Let's grab our card. Let's grab our lovely little thingy. Let's now wear. Okay, here's my lovely. Let's before I forget. Let's use my little dryer cloth. There we go. And rub the inside of that so that it cuts back on the static. And now let's go and pick through these. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't even see these this year, so I'm so glad that I picked up a supply of them. So I haven't looked, because these would have been with all the Valentine stuff, but I went looking for Valentine stuff late, so maybe they did, and I just didn't, they sold out. And these are from Hobby Lobby. These are too, but these are not in the Valentine section. They are over in the, with all the sequins on. So you might want to look and see. These are really cool, but I have obviously extras, and here is... And here's some other ones that I have bought, because heaven forbid I don't buy a bunch of everything. I have some of these. I'm looking to see if I have packages open, because I can't imagine that I don't. So we have all of these. These are either Dollar Tree or 99-cent store. One or the other. More sequins here. Here are my open packages. See, now I've hit upon them. They're just down here, see? So I have these, I have some of these. I need to use the small ones because it's not a big one, so here. So we're going to go with these and some of these. And look, does this match anything? And there we go. I have a lot of these. A lot of stuff. Ah. There's a surprise. Okay, we'll put these all down back in there. Right now, we just need to get them out of the way. I'll put them back, you know, get them to fit here properly again in a moment. These are too big. I'm not even going to use these. I think, do we have any smaller ones? There's some small ones here, so wait. We might. I mean, I don't have... Oh, my goodness. You know what? We're going to use this one. Okay, we're going to toss that one down there. And actually, I think I'm going to use this one better than this one. It looks like it matches. Betterer. Very technical term. So I'm not going to use a lot because it's a small heart. I don't have a lot of space there. So we're going to grab like a pinch or so of that one. And these literally are die cut hearts. I'm going to leave these out and I'll keep adding but hello, those little hearts can be shaker bits too. Just saying. And a few of those just so we have some heart shapes. And then a pinch of these for the same reason. I'm keeping that big heart because it makes no sense. All right, that's it. We are going to exert self-restraint. Shocking. Okay, wait a minute. No, I'm not. Because I just spotted something right there at the edge of my mat. And I am going to include a couple of those at least. Because I want to. I'm making sure these bags are sealed so I do not have an explosion of shaker bits on a mat that everything sticks to. I'm going to use a couple. I'm going to throw in a few of those. Because this... Now with this more dimensional tape I use, these are not so problematic to use in a shaker. You know what? Let's keep those out. I may use those to decorate the card. Put my lid away, but now I have all my bits here. I'm going to put my hearts exactly where they're not going to. They are going to stick. We'll pick that down a minute. We'll put those on them. I'll take my tape out of my way. And let me see if I can get those little hearts flipped over. Whoops, wrong side. Because they are so sparkly. Come on, baby. Really? There we go. Who else is not flipped over? You are. There we go. I think I only put 3 there. So, okay. I'm going to put 4. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make this a nice little neat pile. And let me determine how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to put him just like that right there. Boy, does he stick out. And I don't have to worry about postage on this one because it's going in the box with the loaded envelope. Ah! Okay. Okay, we just press that down into place and look how my shakers shake, and it adds that little added visual interest. But now that I have these hearts, I want to use them. So where's my little piggy tool here? Except I forget that oh yeah, that one at least wanted to cooperate. So that looks like a good place for it. Oh look, we just add helter skelter. Just enough to add that. Oof, I love it. Now I could add, and you know what, I will, but let's get these guys glued down. And let me grab an ephemera piece, and I'll probably put an ephemera piece from the set here. But let me grab, where is my new bow? For something like that, I just want to dry fast. We're going to grab the new bow with the very dirty nozzle, because I have not cleaned that lid. Bad, Myra. No cookie. I'll find something else to eat instead. Shh, don't tell. Oh, goodness. Come on, my friend. There we go. All I need is a tiny little dot of glue. There we go. And then we'll come up here. Tiny little bit. Just a little smidge. That's all it needs. And then this one. Go that way. That's all it needs. Except I don't want, there we go. Let me press it down so that it makes a good adhesion. Oh, look how pretty. I like it. Whoops, no. It doesn't go in my tool container. It goes in the glue caddy. Okay, so now, what was I talking about? Oh, my ephemera pieces. Where's that little tray with all of my ephemera pieces? Hold on a second. Let me track it down. Okay, I'm back and I have decorated this card within an inch of its life. I went and dug into the ephemera and just pulled out all kinds of stuffage. I mean, starting with this heart, but this didn't come out of the ephemera. I just went ahead and fussy cut it out of this sheet real quick because I thought I had more, but I think I used them all up. But when I went to the sheet, oh, there's one left, so we're going to use it. So we're going to take the tape off of this. We're going to just start gluing that. I've got them more or less placed where I want them to be. So we're just going to go at it. I'm going to do again that little technique you guys have been seeing me do right now. Where is Nouveau? Come here, Nouveau. Well, I have this stuck to my finger, of course, because these guys are super sticky. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right down there. Come on. There we go. I should just pick that. Oh, yeah, that's, I'm going to use the glue that's stuck at the lid that's clogging it because it's pretty super sticky. And let me grab my tweezers. It'll let me maneuver this better. And I'm just going to put it right on top of here with its friends. But I got to hold this down for a few seconds just because I want that look. Don't ask me why. I just do. There we go. And because Nouveau dries really, really fast. And now we have our friend here. This is a friend of macaroon. Him, I'm not going to do the same thing to because I don't want to. Mostly because it's going to be on top of the ribbon. That's what it is. So it really does need to sit on top of the ribbon. I'll put these to the side. And I wasn't going to do this. And then I found the macaroon. Like, oh, look, it goes right there. And the same with this little cookie. As I was digging around for these pieces down here, as when I found them, like, oh, wait. And I did find this, but I go, okay, no, let's leave well enough alone. Let's leave some pieces for, a future project. So now I'm just going to put down the cookie. More, just about as close as I can. There we go. And then this heart, I pulled out some of my hearts from there. I go, oh, look, I have gold hearts too. And it's funny because when I went to put in here, I was going to, I thought I'd do 2 rows of 2, and I pulled 3 up at once. And I think that was God telling me, no, this is what you're going to do. He was right. And I was wrong. There's a surprise. And then we're just going to put that little heart, as always, a little cattywampusy right there. We're going to come back and do this little guy right here. Come on. Whoops, do I have some visible? We have some visible foam, so here, let's take care of that. There we go. We have camouflagey dip. We'll just put this one up, straight up and down. Then we have this guy here. Might as well get these all little guys, and then we'll work on that corner. Yep, and which way do I want to go with that? He's going to go in this way, pointing to the other heart. We're going to put him right here. Ah, I guess we're not going to put him right there. But yes, we will. And now I've already, everything I foamed up. So I have got this little cupcake with its stuffage on it. Let's get these, and I don't think I burnished these down because that's why I'm struggling right now to take the tape off. And, oh, I forgot about that little heart. I wanted to put a little decoration on the cupcake itself. So we're just going to put that right down there. And, we're going to cover the chocolate shavings. And I think I just put that crooked. Let's see, did I really press down hard? Nope. It's coming up. I can just... There we go. Now he's straight. There he's straight. Yay! But I wanted to put that little heart. So, and I knew I'd seen some in that, where I have all of the little ephemera pieces. Excuse me. But I was always going to have to dig them out. So what was the easier solution was to punch it out of the paper that I have there. But let me do this. Let me get them down before the glue dries, and I'll show you something. Okay. I'm happy with that. Is that I'll cut it out of this corner. I go, no, that corner looks big enough. And look, it was big enough for a bigger heart, which is right here. I'm going to add it to the pile there. And then I just came over it to where there was a smaller section and did that. And now I'm going to do my cookie. But my cookie, I'm going to lean it up against here. So I'm just going to put some wet glue right there. Or do I put it this way? Let's see. Which way is I'm going to put it this way. So it tells me where I'm putting down some of my glue. Now, can I get some to come out, or do I have to declog it? I don't think it's clogged. It's just that since I'm standing it up right now, it's just at the bottom of the bottle. Hello. Okay, that's enough. And when I'm finished here, I'm going to go and soak that lid in some hot water to get it cleaned up. And we're just going to lean him up against the cupcake. And there we go. And actually, ooh, I overplayed that one. But we can do that. Actually, it's still, I think, wet enough, right? Yeah. I'm going to put on some, and I need to put a little touch right here. That's okay. No harm, no foul. Okay. Dries fast, not that fast. Allows for me to fix what I screwed up. Okay, right here, and then we'll get that stupid little piece of paper that's stuck there. There we go. Go away. I do have a little bit of a schmutz. I can see it. So we're going to unschmutzify it by taking it, using my little tool, and there we go. And there we go, my peeps. Now I'm done with this card, but not so bad for being a leftover piece of paper. I mean, the paper itself was beautiful. I could have quit while I was ahead, but I wanted to zhuzh it up. And that's what you do. You're just figuring out what you got to do. I mean, on this one, I used the cut aparts, and I did a really quick, I found the perfect heart that I could do an impromptu shaker, added a few shiny bits, some die cuts, and away we go. So hopefully you enjoyed this, or you maybe have picked up, oh, I can do that too. So if you did, please give me a thumbs up and drop me a note. If you want to see more of my ongoing madness, and you know what to do, subscribe and ring that bell, because I'm like a bad penny, people. I keep turning up. All right. And meanwhile, I don't know what fell. What fell? Oh, okay. It's just my chamois. And meanwhile, guys, I'm going to let you go. All right. So go out there and craft and make something beautiful. And always remember that what you make and what you give brightens someone's day. So go out and make a difference today, okay? Meanwhile, have a great day, great evening, and don't ever forget, we are all a little mad here. So come on, craft the madness with me, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye!